That was a bit of Star Wars going on there. Just because you're in a bloody wooden hut, you're starting to go all sexy and...
I thought I'd do a little Vincent Price kind of hello.
Vincent Price?
Welcome everybody to our best of 2023, where we take a look at the last year of horror movies and our favorite moments, favorite kills, favorite films, worst films. And it's been a very interesting year, I think, like for horror movies. There's been some phenomenal things coming out.
I think there's been some incredible movies this year. I think there's been some cack as well, mind.
Absolutely.
And I think we're gonna disagree on a few of these, because I noticed when I was pulling the slides together, there's a couple you've put down that I just didn't think were good at all. Yeah. But I think we'll get to that. There's been some real surprises as well for me.
Yeah, I think so. Good few movies like I wasn't expecting to be as good as they were, and yeah. So
2023. So let's get started. And we'll start off with best opening sequence. So this is obviously the opening to a movie or TV series that really kind of hit our taste buds. We thought was very, very cool. Yeah. We've got slides for each of them, James. So we'll just talk about each as we go through.
So first up, Thanksgiving, the Black Friday riot. This was so much fun. I love it. I think this really just gets you into the movie, and it has this kind of sense of dread to it, like very Final Destination. The pieces are kind of being put in place of how things are going to go wrong. It's just so chaotic, and so just and there's some horrific moments in it, I think, as well.
Yeah, I mean, I love this set the theme for the kind of the entire movie. And I'm just realizing there how much she looks a little bit like Courtney Cox from the Scream movies in our older years.
A little bit, I think.
Yeah, she has a look. Anyway, no, I love this. I thought it was really cool, really gruesome. A bit sickening at times. The hair in the air.
The hair getting caught in the trolley was absolutely horrendous.
And I'm surprised. I mean, we've had it a little bit in that absolutely awful movie you made us watch, Black Friday.
Black Friday, yeah.
But I'm surprised because we've seen on the news over the years lots of images of people going mad at Black Fridays and stuff and storming stores and things. I'm kind of surprised we've not seen more horror openings like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. But yeah, the Final Destination vibes really sold this for me. Like I absolutely loved it. So yeah, really strong start to the movie, and sets up the kind of villain's origin there as well, which is always good. So yeah, high up for me.
Next, I love it. This is Talk to Me. This is that initial scene, isn't it, in the house where he's gone to try and find his brother and rescue his brother, and it all kind of kicks off. Just a great opening to the movie, a great kind of shock that I wasn't expecting it to get this kind of intense this early in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's all one shot as well, which I think really puts you in there, like you feel like you're going through the house with him and everything. And yeah, just the kind of the climax of it with the guy just stabbing himself in the face is like, holy shit.
Horrendous.
And like going into this movie, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what it was. Really, I just knew it was involved a hand. That was kind of it. So like it was like a kind of oh fuck, here we are, moment. So I thought this was phenomenal.
And I'm right in thinking we're going to see these characters again, aren't we?
So there was a spin-off, not a spin-off, a prequel, I believe, that they filmed at the same time.
Yeah.
So about these two characters, the brothers, and like how they got the hand and everything. So I can't wait to see that.
See, I mean, we'll talk about this movie, I'm sure, multiple times, but this could be a huge franchise, this movie. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the sequel, Talk to Me, is coming out. It's, going to be up next. So we got prequel and then that. So that'll be interesting. I like the whole surprise we made a prequel at the same time kind of thing. Like we got that with Pearl and X. So like it's cool to see this doing it, and that'd be cool to see more of that.
Still not seen X.
It's fantastic. Yeah, we'll get on it. Yeah, and I think this is the last nominee for this category. Scream 6. I just thought this was such a clever twist on like a typical opening for a Scream movie. Like it's kind of. It starts off very cliched, and then you have that moment where it would usually cut and the Scream logo would come up, and it continues on, and I was like, oh shit, and then the mask comes off, and it's this guy. For a moment I thought that was what the movie was going to be, like we were going to know who the killer was the entire time. They weren't going to do the whodunit thing, and eventually kind of it culminates with there's another killer and they kill this guy. But I just thought it was so clever and unexpected, and really made the rest of the movie feel like you just didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I had a slightly different feeling to it. I guess when he's unmasked, I have to say I felt a little bit of deflation. I thought, because I didn't want to see the movie with knowing who the killer was, because for me, part of the fun was trying to work out who the killer was.
Okay. Yeah,
so I kind of thought, oh, that's a bit weird that they're going to do that. And then all of a sudden, that turns on its head, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, well, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, but I love the fact that it was kind of, I love the taunting of the young lady and getting her into the alleyway and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that was very cool.
Absolutely, yeah. So.
What are we doing with these, James? Are asking people in the comments to let us know what their favourite was?
I mean, for anyone watching, for anyone, throw in the comments what you think, what your favourites would be. But we can just pick one each, whichever our favourites were. I'm going to give it to. Oh, this is so good. All three are so good. I'm going to give it to Scream. I think this is my favourite opening of the year. This was just like such a jaw drop moment in a franchise that I love.
Bullshit. I'm gonna you can't be picking this over Talk to Me, I'm afraid.
Of course I can.
No, you
just
can't.
did.
Nah, it's
yes, I did.
It's Talk to Me. Talk to Me is the winner on that one. Okay. We'll move on.
Right, fair enough.
Best kill, and there've been some friggin' amazing kills, and I've lumped some of these into just one.
Yeah, I just threw in movies. I couldn't pick. I didn't know what specific kills to throw in here, so I just there's multiple options for each movie, pretty much.
Thanksgiving. I'm starting with this one. Best kill of this. I mean, there's a lot of great kills in this, but for me, the thing I like about horror is not necessarily the gore. I like to be surprised.
Yeah.
And I think for me, the best kill in this was the boat thing going through the window and splatting the guy's head, because it was just kind of so. It was. I loved it. So yeah, that one's for me.
Both head through the face. That's fair. See, like, I think a lot of the great moments in this aren't actually the kills. Like, I would have thrown the trampoline in there if she actually died on the trampoline. Best kill in this for me. I mean, the oven is pretty fucked up. Like, I think, like, to just get chucked in. Oh no, actually, all right. My favorite kill in this is the waitress at the start. Not the start. Kind of the first John Carver kill of the movie is this waitress, and you see in the trailer she gets kind of like thrown against the fridge and like her skin sticks to it and all. But the actual kill comes when she's outside. She tries to jump into a dumpster, and John Carver drives the car into the dumpster and it whacks the lid closed and cuts her in half. Yeah, so that was like a big like oh fuck moment. So yeah, I think that's my favorite kill in this.
I remember you squealing in the cinema when that happened. You did oh. It did make us laugh. It did make us laugh.
So that's my favorite Thanksgiving kill anyway.
So now I've put this image up. I don't think this was the best kill, but there's some interesting scenes in Saw. I don't know which one. I think it's sawn through your leg.
I think that's mine. Yeah. And like also we forget to talk about like at that when we've mentioned that on other shows, that she has to like stick a thing into her leg to pull out her bone marrow. Like which just makes it even worse. That's my worst. I think that's the worst one in this. To be honest, like that doesn't get much. I mean, cutting open your skull, but like is rough as a trap. But like the thing closing on his head wasn't that inventive, but I think, she couldn't cut her leg off, so her head gets lopped off. I think
I mean, this guy here has it easy. Really, all he has to do is break his fingers. I mean, you could have done that.
I don't know why he's going. Yeah, like you should just like twist the whole thing, break your hand. It's as far as I'm aware the easiest trap. In the entire franchise. So like not too difficult.
Some good kills in it, but some good kills.
Yeah.
Oh.
Talk to me. So
I mean, it's not a kill, but in terms of just absolute brutalness, is the young lad hammering his head off the table repeatedly.
Yeah,
that makes me gag because it's just so graphic and violent. And
I mean, like when I put this as the opening stab to the face. So we're getting in. If you didn't want to pick it for best opening sequence, so I'm gonna throw it in here as my favorite kill of the year. I think. There you go.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah. Stab yourself in the face.
So many in Evil Dead. I love this film. When we did the slides for this, I'd forgot about this film, to be honest.
I didn't even put it in the list actually. So like, there's some great ones in here.
I just thought there's some amazing kills in it. When she sucks the guy's eyeball and stuff like that. And and just there's just some like there's a bit where someone's eating glass and like comes down her throat and disgusting. Yeah, very good. Okay,
so what's your favorite of the year then?
Best kills. I have to go with Thanksgiving. I have to go with Thanksgiving. The boat head. I like boat head.
Okay, very fair. Yeah, I'll give this one to Talk to Me.
Okay.
I think just as a shock kind of moment of like, and I think it felt very real as well. Like, the Thanksgiving saw all kind of have a over the topness to them.
Yeah.
Whereas this one really felt like you were in the party watching it happen. So I think that's why I'll give it to him. Yeah.
Good call. Best scene. This is a real hard category actually because it's so
Very
many good ones.
So I fucking love this scene. I think this is fantastic, and it's a shame it's in the trailer. I think because it's so
spoiled by being in the trailer for me a bit.
Yeah. So this is the Nun 2, the kind of magazines flicking and just kind of pieces are coming together, and it's kind of rising up and up and up, and then the lights are flickering on and off, and then the nun is there. Just phenomenal, I think. I think the movie as a whole was a bit like there's good moments in it, but like this was like top. This was like Conjuring level, I think. Sequence.
I mean, we've talked about this before. This nun character, and again we'll get to her later on, for me is most powerful in terms of scare when she's not seen. When she's like that in the dark or stand behind you. As soon as you got her up front, it kind of loses a bit of the excitement. And this scene is just so atmospheric and creepy, and I love it. It's a very cool one.
Brilliant.
Ladder scene and Scream.
This is tense, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was very cool. I did enjoy this scene. You kind of knew what was happening, I guess. It was
she's going last. This is the new character, so she's gonna be the one that gets her call. But I think like the apartment sequence as a whole was fantastic. Like the neighbor seeing Ghostface in the other room and trying to warn them and everything. I thought that was really, really good. It's just a good ride. Scary.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. And then keeping with Scream, we've got Ghostface with a gun. This was just nice because it was not nice. This was good because it was so different, I suppose, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of on paper. I feel like I would have thought it wouldn't work. Like knives are scarier than guns. So but like I don't know. It's just kind of the idea of like him walking around. It's like he just has to see you when you're gone. It's quite scary. And I think part of it is like we've seen how much horror you can inflict with guns lately, like in the news. That I think that kind of almost adds to it as well. So like this is absolutely terrifying and just really good, unique scream sequence.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It adds a bit of life to the franchise. Something a bit new, which is I think what I enjoyed most about it.
Yeah, managed to get it in there. We got the trampoline.
Yeah, this, and I can't remember this being in the trailers. So this was a nice surprise in the movie.
Yeah, it's actually in the so the Thanksgiving is based on, remember the Grindhouse? The Planetary. It's the fake trailers at the start. One of them is Thanksgiving. So this is a bit in that. So, right. But it's she got stabbed in the hoo-ha in the in the trailer for
in the hoo-ha.
In the hoo-ha. Yeah, whereas here it's he toned it down a little bit, but it's the kind of spirit of the sequence is still there.
I thought this was a great scene. And it made me squirm, I have to say, because there's nothing you can do. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. You're stuck on the thing. You can't just get stab. So it's
very cool.
I think the standout sequence of this movie for me, I think was
and then I've added this is from the Fall of the House of Usher.
Right.
So have you seen this show yet?
Haven't watched it yet. It's on the list.
This is a phenomenal scene. So this is one of the main Usher kids who's basically a kind of a young raver, into drugs, into sex and all that kind of stuff, multi-millionaire, billionaire even, and he throws this huge rave orgy actually in his dad's kind of abandoned property, and he's giving everybody drugs and stuff, gets everybody to strip off, and the accumulation of the party is he's going to open the sprinklers and everyone's going to get wet and have sex basically. What he doesn't know is that there's been some kind of issue with the tanks, which is why they've shut the place down. So the sprinkler system's full of basically kind of a corrosive acid.
Oh,
and it's absolutely, this scene is horrific. So everybody gets covered in the acid. They're all sticking to each other. You can see the skin tearing off. And then at the end of it, it's just a massive pile of bodies all stuck together, and some of them still moving and stuff. It's just phenomenal, but it's gory.
With this watch. Yeah.
Really cool. So I have to say that would be my pick for scene of the year. Yeah.
So it's tough. Like for me, it's a split between Trampoline and magazines. Ghostface with a gun though. So good. Trampoline. I'm gonna go trampoline. The trampoline scene in Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's my favorite scene of the year. Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Best villain. We had some good villains this year, so this will be an interesting one. We'll start off with John. Just a great, as we said in our video, a great new horror icon, I think, isn't it?
Iconic, yeah, absolutely. I think, I love the theming of it. A pilgrim killer seems so obvious. It's just so, I think, just so cool. It's a scary design. I love the way he moves around. He's so quick, like he's jumping through fucking windows, smashing through windows and everything. Like it's awesome. He feels like a real threat,
Can't wait to see what we're getting in the sequel. This is going to be really interesting. So yeah, I think he's a great new addition. Then we've got good old classic Ghostface.
Good classic, you can't go wrong with a Ghostface. Yeah. I mean, what else needs to be said? Like, I think this one added some new elements to the character. Yeah. The whole kind of having the different masks.
Yeah, that was cool.
The different movies was an interesting element as well. Yeah. I really like the whole. He gets to meet Gale. I thought it was fun. I thought there was some really good like phone calls in this one as well. It's a good moment. So yeah,
you can't. I mean, Ghostface is a classic. You can't beat Ghostface, can you? I mean, this is bullshit. Why have you added this crap?
Fucking Matthew Lillard, man.
Oh come on! You can't, listen, you can't just put it in because it's Matthew Lillard and I love him. Do you know what I mean?
No, it was a good performance. It was a good villain. I thought it was
best villain of the
creepy
year.
Creepy design. He's worthy of consideration, Peter. I think.
Moving on.
Nice.
This is what is it? Yellow Rabbit from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in the movie for about 5 minutes, and
at the end, as a lot of these killers are.
His own suit kills him with one shot. Is that the fella?
Yes. Well, yes. Who knows? He might not be dead. Well, his spirit certainly isn't.
Bullshit. Next, and now this is a proper villain. This is a proper villain. Yeah, this is mummy gone bad. And I think this is made even worse by the fact that it's like kids just torturing and killing and stuff.
That and like from their perspective, it's like their mom is coming after them. It's horrendous. I thought that was a really clever twist on the Evil Dead kind of, or possession kind of.
And again, the imagery, the imagery of her face and everything, and the makeup and the special effects in this film are phenomenal.
Yeah, so I met this actress Alyssa Sutherland at For Love of Horror, and I asked about the makeup. She said it was 5 hours to do, and that she's not wearing contact lenses. Those are her eyes are CG'd, and I was like, that's really impressive because I would have assumed they were contact lenses.
Yeah. Very cool. Very very cool. The Nun.
Yeah. I think between John Carver's the most recent one, but I think this is like the best horror iconography of the last 15 years. So yeah, phenomenal. I'm not in the movie as much as I think she should be, I feel, and she takes other forms and sequences, and I'm like, I'd like to see more of the actual Nun. That's the scary thing in this series,
And like I said earlier, the her in the background kind of just, there's a couple of scenes I think where they're running down the stairs and she's just all of a sudden in front of you. That kind of stuff is far more frightening than her kind of attacking them and whatnot, I think. I think you're right. Great imagery of her.
Mathregan, do a little dance.
I didn't like this film.
No,
I'm liking your little dance there. I'm liking your little dance. But yeah, that's very cool. Yeah. But no, I didn't. I thought this was crap, to be honest. This movie.
That's a shame. I think it's a. It has potential as a franchise. I think maybe tear up the gore a bit more. I think it's a bit toned down for me. But it's fun. It's a good concept, I think.
Yeah. I mean, when she pulls the little lad's ear off, that was quite good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. And then I've put this is again from The Fall of the House of Usher. This is the main character. She's basically representing the devil, who appears in every episode as kind of the architect of all of the shenanigans and the downfall. So I really like her as well. Right. Picking best villain for me. I know John Carver is an icon now, but I'm going to go with Ellie in Evil Dead. She was the most frightening, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of them. John Carver's silent for most of the movie, for the whole movie. Pretty much, he never talks in the mask. Ghostface, it needs to be nominated, I think, but it's Ghostface. I'll probably give it to Ellie as well. I think in terms of you get the full whack with her. I think she's scary look, scary actions, scary dialogue.
She's the full package.
Full package. Yeah, absolutely.
Good pick. Best performance. This is an interesting one. So I've stuck her in. Trying to remember her name.
Is this Carla Gugino?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Gugino? Yeah.
Yeah, so again, I'm just having a look to see if I can find a name, sorry. Again, from the Fall of the House of Usher. She is just amazing in the entire thing. No, it's Kate.
Okay, looks like Carla Gugino.
Kate Sig, I can't pronounce her surname. But yeah, anyway, she's throughout the entire thing. She's very, very strong in the entire thing. Excellent performance, kind of jumping between sadistic madness and just real good, powerful sinisterness. Is that a word? Sinisterness. Yeah, very cool.
Why not? We made it one.
We made it. It's a word now. It's a word now.
Yeah. Tobin Bell as Jigsaw. I think this is his best. You look at unimpressed, Peter. I think this is his best performance as Jigsaw. Like, he kind of elevated, he stepped it up a little bit.
Yeah. Don't get us wrong. I think he's great. I do think he's great. But it's a very muted performance all the time. Do you know what I mean? He's very similar in all of the films, I guess. You don't get a range of emotion from him, but I don't think you're meant to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. But I think he plays this one. He's got a bit more vulnerability than I think we see him.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of his time on screen in the others, he's kind of accepting of his fate, where this is a movie where he's kind of given some hope that maybe he won't die.
Yeah.
I think he plays that really well, and he plays the shock of, like, he's been scammed really well as well,
Yeah, I'll give you that. I think that scene in particular really does show his acting chops when he kind of realizes that he's been screwed over. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie far more than I expected.
It's absolutely great. Yeah, and we're not too long until the next one, so hopefully it maintains that momentum. Yeah, has to be there. Alyssa Sutherland as Ellie. Just an incredible performance. I think, like, really just and most Deadite performances are just phenomenal. Like, I'd imagine a very hard thing as an actor to sell that. And she does just flawlessly. Like, you just fully believe her, and I think I really liked her as just the mom as well. I thought she was a really interesting character on that side as well. So she plays both roles. I think fantastic.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. Mia Goth,
incredible. I think. I know you're not like you're mixed feelings on this movie.
Yeah, but not on her performance.
No,
I think the movie's weird. I think she's phenomenal in it. I think she's absolutely phenomenal in it.
There's just so many. I've never seen someone portray a psychopath so well. I feel, she's just so unhinged. The credits of the movie play over. Is this the image of her?
Yeah, I think.
But
so.
it's just kind of her smiling into the camera, and she just becomes more like.
I was going to say, it's not freeze frame. It's actually her just standing still.
Yeah, her just standing still, like, with the smile, and like her cheeks start kind of shaking, and she starts crying and stuff, and it's just like, holy fuck, powerhouse. I feel in this movie.
Very good, very good. Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Nicolas Cage fan. One of his best performances. But,
I think so too. Yeah.
But Nicolas Cage just plays Nicolas Cage. Do you know what I mean?
He's Dracula in this. He's playing on. It's a Nick Cage version of the Bela Lugosi thing. So I think he does it fantastic.
He's having fun, is what he's doing.
Exactly, and he's just so much fun to watch in this. Like, I was just waiting for the Dracula scenes to come back. Whenever he was on screen, it was great.
Yeah, you could have cut the rest of the bullshit out for me and just played Nick Cage. Do you know what I mean? I enjoyed the film. Don't get us wrong. I thought the film was really cool, and I'd love to see more from this universe.
Definitely,
very cool. He was stunning, mate. This young lad.
Yes, this is Joe Bird in Talk to Me. So he's kind of possessed. He's sort of like kind of the meek little brother character who makes his older sister bring him to the party, and he does the hand thing, and it goes on for. The rule is, like, if you only you can only do it for like 90 seconds or something, and he holds on for like 95 seconds, and so the demon doesn't like leave him, and so it's another kind of possession performance. But I don't know what it was about this one just felt really fucked, just like, and like, he's kind of self-harming throughout quite a lot of the movie, like bashing, we mentioned earlier the sequence in the bathroom where he's just bashing his skull against the wall. Incredible, I thought. Like, and an actor neither of us have, I don't think I've ever seen. I think it might be his first performance. Out the gate, just incredible, I think.
So this is a real hard category then, because I'm divorcing the character, as in the movie, from the acting performance. And at the moment, I can't make my mind up between Mia Goth and this young lad.
Yeah.
Because in terms of performance, they're both just stellar. Absolutely stellar.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to him, I think. I think this is the standout of the year. I walking out of the movie, I was blown away by every sequence he was in. Just incredible, I think. So, yeah. I think everybody in this movie with the possession scenes really sell it. But this one in particular, because he's doing it for more of the movie than most of them are. Amazing.
No, I agree. I'm going to go with this guy as well, because I thought the performance was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, best finale.
Talk to me. So spoilers, obviously, for all these movies. So like the end of the movie is she, the main character, is on the other side of the hand. Like she comes. I just think it's so well revealed to us. Like you can kind of feel it coming. But like there's kind of a moment where it looks like she died, and you're not sure whether she died or not. And then it's revealed when she like comes and grabs the hand, and she's like in someone else's apartment, and it's like in Brazil or Portugal or somewhere, and it's like just some guys talking in Spanish, like doing the thing. It was amazing, and so to see that other side of it as well was great.
I kind of picked up that she died very near the end.
Yeah, she gets
but then
by a bus,
I wasn't expecting this kind of reveal at the end, which I thought was just brilliant. So what screws you over them? Because all the other spirits we'd seen up till that point had been quite kind of malevolent. There'd been evil creatures and all screwed up and stuff like that. Do you think it's just the length of time you spend in wherever she is sends you evil or whatever? Because she wasn't evil, was she? She was just kind of there, I guess.
No, but she was possessed in the back half, so that's part of it. I don't know, like not all of them are, I think, and then some of them are just having fun. Yeah, like the guy that starts making out with the dog. That's the guy just taking the piss with your man. Yeah. So that's not evil. So I think it's sort of a look of the draw who you get, I guess. With the thing. But I also think kind of part of it is whether the hand had any impact in you being there, as well. I think that's part of it as well. So.
Yeah, very cool. Great twist ending, really.
Yeah. Yeah, Thanksgiving. So we get kind of a classic, very Scream-esque finale in this, where it turns out it was Patrick Dempsey. I saw this coming. I pretty much had guessed this walking into the film that it was going to be him. And sure, I rewatched it about a week after we had seen it, and what I really love is that it's so obvious it's him.
Yeah,
when you know it's him. The opening shot of the movie is like a Halloween style POV. And then the door opens and it's him. So it's like already, it's like, look, here's the killer. There's lines of dialogue that he has, like he says to the one of the women, I'm going to serve you like for dinner or something along those lines. It's like, there it is, So I think it's seeded so well throughout the movie that like you feel stupid at, like for not just pointing at him right away. But I just assumed based on the fact that it's Patrick Dempsey, he's probably going to be the killer, and sure enough. But I thought it was a really fun finale. We get kind of like a weird I Know What You Did Last Summer style stinger, kind of where he's on flames jumping and grabbing the main character. But I like the reveal. I like the drop of it, the reveal. Like she looks at his she sees his shoes, like sees the same plant that was at the plants in the early. Yeah, so
it's good. I like the reveal of his rationale. So he was having an affair with the lady who died at the very start. They were having a baby and all the rest of it. Yeah. If I'm honest, James, it's the weakest part of the movie for me. I like the build up to it more than the kind of That's everybody fair. Just fighting at the end. But it's still a great sequence. But interesting reveal. And then we've just got batshit crazy madness.
Every Evil Dead movie needs a chainsaw sequence. And,
naturally,
we got a very cool one in this one in the kind of car park. It starts filling up with blood, doesn't it? Like
as you would. Yeah. Wood chipper or something's involved, isn't it?
There is a wood chipper, and I remember you see that wood chipper in the background, 20 minutes in, and I'm like, well, that's gonna be fucking, it's gonna be into play at some point. That's not there for no reason, and I think it's used really well. But yeah, just a really, really fun goofy,
over the top
violent
gore,
sequence,
isn't it?
yeah,
It's just over the
yeah.
top gore, blood and guts and visceral.
Yeah, and like the way like the kind of Deadites become this big globby monster thing was just awesome, and I love this one. So
very cool, actually. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah.
And then last,
I really
Scream.
enjoy this. Yeah, Scream. So that there's sort of I think the big kind of twist is that there's 3 ghost faces, and I think that's used really well. It's sort of like a moment where she's running from one and another comes out, and then the dad comes out. But yeah, I just think this was really good. I liked Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera were kind of great, and like Melissa Barrera's character, whose name is escaping, Sam, sort of accepting the kind of ghost face thing, and like she puts on the costume at one point and like is terrorizing one of the villains. So this is a good one. I think this one's up there for Scream.
Yeah, I think it's one of the better Scream endings. Yeah, I did enjoy this one as well. But for me, this is an easy choice in terms of just a kind of a creepy end to a movie that hits us in the feels. It's got to be Talk to Me. I thought the end of that was just stunning.
Yeah, I'll go Talk to Me as well. I think that was a good, just
the
perfect way.
The rest of these are kind of, your standard end to a horror movie, big battle kind of slash. Talk to Me left us feeling quite
it ends with a gasp, I think.
Yeah,
so
yeah, good choices.
Yeah.
Best line. This is an interesting one. So I've not been able to find the exact clips of these, but
yeah, that's fine. I'll do the quotes for you. So Thanksgiving, there will be no leftovers, which is the tagline of the movie, but it's spoken at one point, and I'm like, yeah, love it. That's a great one for a Thanksgiving themed horror movie. That's perfect. Evil Dead Rise. This is one of my. This might.
You're going to say something rude, aren't you?
I'm finally free of. I asked the actress to write this on my poster, and she did. So it's not that. It can't be that vulgar. I was worried too, though. I'm finally free of you titty sucking parasites, which is just such a good. Like, that's up there in terms of Deadite quotes. I think that's one of my favorites. Anyway, I remember mentioning I met the director at a meet and greet, and he said like, yeah, I want that on like t-shirts. I want to get that posted. So that's a great one. And then Scream 6, Who Gives a Fuck About Movies? That's the kind of stinger at the opening sequence.
The only one I would add, and I know we're talking a lot about Talk to Me, but in terms of a line that gives us kind of chills a little bit, is that I let you in line. When they're doing the seance. Every time they said that, I kind of got that kind of, and I thought the music was beautiful. That said, for me, again, another easy one. I just love Evil Dead Rises. Yeah. Titty sucking parasites.
Titty sucking parasites. Yeah, that's a great one. I'm gonna go with that as well. I think that's up there with groovy for me. It's like from Evil Dead. So, I think absolutely.
Very cool. Good one. Worst movie. Now this is
shit this year.
Dog shit. I have to say, dog. Now, in all honesty, I haven't seen a lot of these. Yeah. I've seen Five Nights at Freddy's. I've seen Cobweb. Exorcist, I'm surprised that's on the list. I've seen Totally Killer.
I sort of just put it just to remember, that came out this year. But none of the other categories we didn't put for anything. Yeah. And I just feel like it shouldn't be in best, so we'll just throw it in here because it is quite disliked among people. I didn't want to put Cobweb in here, but I felt like you hated it so much. This is the category you should go.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was a movie of two halves. I would have rather have just had Anthony Starr as a psycho with phenomenal performances by him, and I forgot the lady who plays his wife.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Stunning performances from them. It's at the halfway point where you get the spider creature climbing up walls, and I think, I would rather it was just a psychological drama about parents that are abusing the kids and locking them in cupboards. Do you know what I mean? That was more interesting.
No, that's fair. So a couple I saw that you hadn't. The Blackening. I've never been this close to walking out of a movie, and I think it feels like 20 years too late. Like it's very Scary Movie 1 style spoof, and I just don't think that works anymore because it's nothing clever in it. Like it's not, and it's just sort of playing on the we're a whole black cast and we can't all die first kind of thing. And I understand because I know that I looked at a lot of reviews to see what people thought, and some people really love this, and I think there is probably some cultural references that, as not being a black American man or woman, I wouldn't get, but I just don't think it. I just think it's too silly. It's too spoofy. we've moved on from this type of movie now, I think. So yeah, I'm straight up nearly walked out of it, like it was that bad. For me anyway.
Five Nights at Freddy's for me was just disappointing. Just so
it was fine. It was like I enjoyed moments of it. I wouldn't say it was the worst of the year, definitely. It's entertaining enough, I think.
Cobweb we've talked about. Totally Killer.
I love Cobweb. Yeah, Totally Killer was fine as well. I think not wasted potential. I feel like the concept was so good. This should have been better.
Yeah. Exorcist I enjoyed. Don't think
I like Exorcist. Yes, the Boogeyman.
Not seen that.
Just bleh. Like I don't remember that much from it, to be honest. The cast was, I like the two actresses that were starring in it, but I don't even remember what the monster looked like. Or what happened at the end or anything, so it's just kind of when that kind of came and went. It was like and it's like it's based on a Stephen King novel or story, I'm pretty sure, so like it was just kind of Infinity Pool is fucking weird. So this is David Cronenberg's son directed this. He's a director in his own right. I can't remember his first name, but it stars Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth. I like both of them, but it's so the movie's about, it's like rich people, like you're on holidays and you can like commit crimes, and then you can pay for this company to clone you so that your clone can be executed instead of you.
Sounds shit.
Yeah, and it's like, it's also really, you see Alexander Skarsgård's like dick in it, and him getting fellatio, and there's various kind of like, it's a super hard
get you,
fellatio.
You're posh.
Yeah. There's like, it's like super like pretty hardcore in the violence and the sex and the sexual violence, like just really messed up and weird. And
sounds shit.
I was kind of up and down throughout it. Like I was kind of like, oh, this is boring. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is boring again. And just like, I just don't think it clicked together for me at all. Like it was very strange. Yeah, and then Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Again, I watched this when it came out. I don't remember anything from it other than it being Winnie the Pooh. But it was a pretty piss poor. Like it's obviously just cashing in on the whole free use of Winnie the Pooh. So it's like,
Okay, so from the ones that I've seen, Five Nights at Freddy's, Cobweb, Totally Killer, and Exorcist, by far the one that I thought was the weakest was Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, for me, I would say, I don't think it's the worst, because there's probably some artistic merit in it. But if I could veto one of these to never watch again, it would be Infinity Pool. I just never want to watch that again because it was so weird. But I'd say The Blackening was probably the worst thing I watched of the year. Like it was just bad. I just didn't like it. Yeah, so
fair enough. Okay, moving on to best movie. Some great best contenders movie in this category. We've got Thanksgiving, Saw, Talk to Me, Scream, Evil Dead Rise, Megan, Pearl, and I put Fall of the House of Usher in there. So this should be a hard choice, but it's not for me. I mean, I'll say I think there are some amazing films on there, some great series. I really enjoyed Evil Dead Rise. It was much more fun than I expected. Thanksgiving was like a blast to the past. It was like going back in time and watching Scream for the first time. Scream was good fun. So they're all good films. But for me, the one that impacted us most and I think about the most and want to go back and rewatch is definitely Talk to Me.
Yeah. Talk to Me takes it for me as well. I think it is the most like elevated horror of all of this. But like everything else you can kind of, it's a bit like this, or it's a part of a major franchise. Thanksgiving is like your classic slasher movie. Saw is obviously the fucking 10th movie in the franchise. Scream, big franchise. Evil Dead, big franchise. Megan is just a bit like Chucky, like the new Chucky, the remake. Pearl's a bit like Joker. Talk to Me was so unique, I feel, and like again, just I love that. I didn't know anything about it going into it, and I was just completely blown away by it was very edgy or siege. Had some like unexpectedly humorous moments. Like I just love the idea that they're like using the hand like it's drugs, like it's a party thing. I just thought that was clever.
Out of all of them, the thing that Talk to Me's got probably most, I would say mine Fall of House of Usher is similar, and Evil Dead a little bit. But it's the one that I felt most about the characters for. I actually gave a shit about the characters involved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Thanksgiving, I loved the movie, but I didn't care about any of the characters.
Couldn't
I wanted
name
all
them.
to die.
Couldn't
Do you
even
know what I
name
mean?
one of them. You know.
Yeah. So definitely talk to me. Great year, but great year for horror.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. And I'm excited. I know we're getting out some sequels for some of these in the next year, so I'll be curious to see how that is. And I'm just excited about like what's one we've never heard of or that will come out. Like Talk to Me just sort of came out of the blue. We're probably going to have something like that. Like I know Night Swim is out in a few days.
Yeah.
Curious about that one. Yeah. There's probably going to be another one that'll blow us away in the next year. So yeah, I'm excited to check that out.
Good stuff. Okay, ladies and gents, that was our quick review of 2023. Please do let us know in the comments section what you thought of those movies. Which would you pick if you're being asked to choose best movie and worst movie in particular? I'm particularly interested in. And that's the whack really. That's one good scare show. James, what have we got coming up on the channel?
Yeah, so we have I'll Be Right Back every second Friday. So our last one was on Black Christmas 2006, which was dog shit, and we just shit on it. Like it's our most impassioned episode yet because we just like both hate it. So,
just shit, just utter shit. Look at the state of that. I mean, this is
it's just like so yeah, that was the last one. Our next one is going to be on Gremlins, so that's next week, which you're editing. So see how that is. That'll be fun.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Cheeky bastard, honestly. And
then so we'll be back with lives the Friday after that, and then on for the rest of the year. So it's New Year's, it's not Halloween, but I still think everybody's entitled to one good scare.
Everyone's